My precious child, this isn't just an ordinary day. It's one I have crafted specifically with you in mind. You might believe it's simply another sunrise, another routine unfolding, just more problems to face. But hear my voice clearly. Today carries a significance you cannot yet fully grasp. I have been preparing this moment, quietly shaping the unseen, aligning things in your favor behind the scenes. Get ready for this, because what's coming has the power to shift everything in your life. Even when you couldn't see it, I was working, weaving beauty from brokenness and purpose from pain. In this very moment, you might feel drained, overwhelmed, or even numb, wondering what could possibly be different about today. But before you rush into what lies ahead, before you step into the noise of the day, would you pause and allow me just a few moments to speak to your heart? Let this be the moment where time slows down and your spirit leans in, because I am here, whispering something eternal to your weary soul. You haven't missed it. You haven't lost your chance. Even now, even with the weight you carry, I am still calling you forward. You don't have to earn my voice. You just have to be still enough to hear it. Yes, I know how often you've questioned yourself. I've seen the nights when you curled up in silence, asking, is this all there is? I've heard the inner battles, the war between hope and despair. You've worn a brave face, while carrying wounds no one else could see. But hear me now, you are not invisible, not to me. You've mistaken my silence for absence. But I was always near, closer than breath, watching over you when you could barely stand. There were moments I wrapped you in unseen strength, just to help you survive the hour. You are still here, not because life was easy, but because grace held you together when everything else fell apart. And now, beloved, I am turning the page. There are chapters ahead, brimming with wonder. Stories I've written just for you. But I need you to let go of the fear that has anchored you in yesterday. The storm you've endured wasn't to drown you. It was to deepen your roots, to teach you how to rise when the wind no longer whispers but howls. This world will try to convince you that pain defines you, that broken dreams are the end. But I am the author of redemption. I specialize in resurrection. What others discard, I crown with purpose. What seems like ruin, I rebuild into glory. You have questioned your worth because of the doors that closed. But I was never measuring your value by opportunities or applause. I don't choose you based on perfection. I choose you because you are mine, and being mine is enough. Let go of the shame that still lingers in your mind like a shadow. I do not define you by your mistakes. I define you by my mercy. This is your sacred invitation. Come out from behind the walls you've built. Lay down the armor that was meant to protect, but now only isolates. You are safe here, with me. In this holy silence, let the truth echo in your soul. You are not too late. You are not too much. You are not too broken. The detour you mourned was a divine redirection. What felt like delay was preparation. I have not wasted a single sorrow. Not a single tear fell without purpose. I've been collecting each one as seeds. And now, yes now, they are beginning to bloom in ways you cannot yet comprehend. You've been waiting for a sign, asking for clarity, yearning for something that assures you there's still hope. This is that moment. This is me saying, keep going. You are on holy ground. I am doing a new thing. Even now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? Today is not about striving, it's about surrender. Let go of the illusion that you must hold everything together. That's not your burden to carry. Let me be your strength. Let me be your peace. Let me be the one who turns ashes into beauty, not with your effort, but by my power. And when the voice of fear tries to rise again, remind it who walks beside you. You are not alone in this valley. I go before you. I stand behind you. I surround you. So even when anxiety claws at your chest, or grief feels too heavy to hold, reach for me. I will steady your shaking hands. I will calm the chaos within. I will walk with you through the fire, and you will not be consumed. There will be people who cannot understand the calling on your life, who misread your silence, who mock your hope, who call your trust naive. Let them talk. I did not call them. I called you, and what I've placed in your heart is not dependent on their validation. Do not compare your journey to theirs. The soil I planted you in is unique, and so too is the harvest that will come. Let your roots grow deep in patience, in faith, and wonder. I am not late, I am strategic, I am precise, and when I move, it will be undeniable, and so rise. Not with fear, but with expectation. Speak not because you have all the answers, but because my words are forming on your tongue. Love not because it's easy, but because I loved you first. And live not just to exist, but to reflect my glory in every breath you take. There is power in your yes. Even if your voice trembles when you say it, there is beauty in your becoming, even if you don't yet recognize it. And there is healing in this very moment, if you will receive it, my child. You were made for this time. You were chosen for this season. Everything that has tried to break you will bow to the strength I've placed within you. So breathe deep, look up, and step forward, not because you see the whole road, but because you trust the one who does. And I, your creator, your comforter, your constant, will be with you every step of the way. And my burden is light because I carry it with you. You were never meant to shoulder this life alone. Every weight you felt pressing against your spirit, every sorrow that tightened its grip around your chest, I have felt it too. You are not abandoned in the ache. You are not forsaken in the storm. You are not forgotten in the silence. I am with you, always. Even now, I am wrapping you in comfort that surpasses words, inviting you into a sacred stillness where healing begins, not the temporary kind that fades with time, but a restoration that reaches the innermost places where you've been wounded and weary. I know the bruises life has left on you, the betrayals, the heartbreak, the nights of questioning, the mornings that came too soon. I saw the moment you forced a smile when you were falling apart. I was beside you when others overlooked your pain, and I am the one who collects every tear like treasure. My beloved, hear me clearly. Those who tried to dim your light, who spoke against your worth, who minimized your suffering, they do not see what I see. Their contempt holds no power over you. Their judgment will not define your identity. In their attempts to wound you, I have shielded your spirit, and I will turn their malice into a testimony of your resilience. For what they meant to break you, I will use to build you stronger. But I also see the places in your heart where fear tries to hide. Fear that your prayers were too weak, that your mistakes disqualified you, that you are somehow too far from my grace. Let me silence those lies. There is no shadow deep enough to keep you from the reach of my light. There is no failure so final that it cannot be rewritten by my mercy. There is no distance I will not cross to bring you back to me. I am not here to condemn you. I am here to lift you. You felt disgust toward yourself at times, ashamed of your choices, burdened by guilt. But I call you forgiven. I call you clean. I call you worthy. I do not define you by your flaws, but by your future, by the beauty I see rising from the ashes of your past, even when you stumble. I do not turn my face from you. I run to you, arms open, ready to restore you and renew your spirit. And yes, there have been moments where anger stirred in your soul, righteous anger born from the pain of injustice, of promises broken by people, of love withheld when you needed it most. I understand. I was with you in the silence after the betrayal, in the moments you cried out for fairness, in a world that often feels so cruel. But I urge you, do not let bitterness grow where healing is meant to bloom. Give me your anger, and I will give you peace. Release your grip on the wounds, and I will make them whole, my child. The journey ahead may not be without difficulty, but you will not face it alone. The battle is not yours. The battle is not yours to fight by yourselves. You, like fire and fortress, like river and refuge. When you call, I answer, not with delay, but with divine timing. I see the entire picture, while you may only see a fragment. Trust that I am moving pieces you cannot yet perceive. You long for clarity, for a sign that the path you've taken is right. Let this be that sign. You have not strayed. You are walking through a valley that leads to a mountaintop. You are climbing not to prove your worth, but to witness the view I've prepared just for you. With every step you grow, with every setback, your spirit becomes more attuned to mine, and with every triumph, heaven rejoices alongside you. Lift your eyes, my beloved. I am doing something new, even now. Seeds are sprouting in places that once seemed barren. The relationships that hurt you are being healed or removed for your protection. The dreams you buried out of disappointment, I am breathing life back into them. The wounds that once bled silently, I am sealing with sacred purpose. Trust that nothing in your life is wasted. Every heartbreak, every delay, every detour, they are all being woven into a masterpiece of redemption. You are chosen. You are anointed. You are seen. Do not chase validation from a world that cannot comprehend the depths of your calling. Instead, rest in the truth that you have already been approved by the one who made you. Your value is not up for debate. Your purpose is not fragile. What I have ordained for you, no person, no failure, no darkness can undo. Let go of the pressure to perform, to be perfect, to always appear strong. I never ask that of you. I only ask that you walk with me, that you trust me enough to lay your burdens at my feet, that you believe I am enough when everything else feels like too much. Come back to stillness. In the quiet, I will speak. In the waiting, I will work. In the chaos, I will calm. And when the noise of the world tries to drown out my whisper, close your eyes and remember, my voice still guides, my love still heals, and my presence never leaves. You are not a mistake. You are not too late. You are not forgotten. You are mine. This is not the end of your story. It is only the beginning of something greater. And as you step forward, trembling perhaps, but brave nonetheless, know this: every step you take with me leads to freedom, to healing, and to a future filled with glory. I am rewriting what you thought was over. I am restoring what you feared was lost, and I am redeeming what you believed was beyond hope. So breathe deep, beloved. The dawn is breaking. A new chapter begins. Walk with me into the promise. Let faith be your compass and love your legacy. I am with you, always, completely, forever. A counterfeit sword, forged from illusion and lies. But you, my beloved, have been armed with truth, the kind that shatters strongholds and drives back every shadow. Fear cannot root itself in a heart ablaze with my presence. Do you feel it? That divine spark within you, quietly burning through layers of doubt and shame, ready to rise in holy flame. Let it ignite. Let it consume every lingering trace of hesitation. You were not crafted for cowardice. You were formed in power, love, and a sound mind. Stand in that truth when the enemy comes whispering, "You're not enough. You're forgotten. You're too broken." Rebuke the lie. Call on my name, and I will respond with the thunder of heaven, reminding every accusing voice of who you are. You are mine. You are redeemed, restored, and called by purpose. No past mistake can unwrite the destiny I've penned for you. Not even your deepest regret is strong enough to change the story I am writing through your life. Beloved, you were never meant to carry your burdens alone. You were never asked to pretend you're not hurting, or to hide the tears that fall in silence. I see them. Each one is caught in the palm of my hand, stored like a sacred treasure. Your sorrow matters to me. Your cries do not go unnoticed. And though the night may feel endless, I assure you, morning is coming. With it comes joy, the kind that cannot be stolen. There are those around you who won't understand this path, who will mock the peace you carry, and question the hope in your voice. They may call you foolish for clinging to faith, but let them scoff. For when the winds rise and the storms howl, it is your foundation that will not crack. It is you who will stand firm when others falter. Your trust in me is not weakness. It is your mightiest weapon. Do not envy the fleeting applause of men. Their praises are as temporary as shadows at sunset. Instead, seek the quiet, eternal affirmation of your Father, whose voice thunders through the heavens, yet gently calls your name. I am not impressed by the loud, the proud, or the polished. I draw near to the broken-hearted, the humble, the ones who kneel with trembling lips and whisper, "Help me." To them, I give strength unimaginable. You are not invisible to me. Even when the world looks past you, even when your worth is questioned, or your efforts are overlooked, know this: I see you. I celebrate your quiet victories, your unseen sacrifices, your silent endurance. When no one applauds you, I rejoice. When you choose kindness over revenge, compassion over contempt, truth over popularity, I smile upon you. You are becoming more like me. Let go of the need to please everyone. You were not made for their approval. You were created to walk with me. And yes, this path may be narrow, but it is lined with glory. Every step brings you closer to a deeper joy, a richer wisdom, and an unshakable peace. Walk it boldly, even when your knees shake. I will hold you up. I will not let you fall. You've been praying for a sign, a confirmation, a whisper from heaven that your pain has purpose. This is it. My voice echoing into your soul, calling you not just to survive, but to thrive. Not to shrink in fear, but to rise in faith. You were born for this moment. Every trial has been forging resilience in your spirit. Every heartbreak has been sowing seeds of compassion. Every detour has still led you to me. Do not curse your journey. Even in its mess, I've been present. Even in your rebellion, I've been near. When you ran, I followed. When you hid, I sought you. And now I stand before you, not with condemnation, but with open arms. Return to me. Let me wash the stains of regret from your heart and clothe you in purpose once again. Let me remind you that nothing you've done can undo the love I have for you. Look forward now. Lift your eyes. A new day is dawning, and with it, new grace is being poured out over you. This is not the end of your story. This is the turning point. The chapter where the broken become bold, where the overlooked become overcomers. I have already placed divine appointments on your horizon. People you will bless, lives you will change, destinies you will unlock by simply being obedient. Take a deep breath. Feel my spirit stirring within you, that fire you feel, that urgency, that ache. It's me. I am calling you deeper, higher, further than you've ever dared to go. And no, you won't walk this alone. I will be your strength when you are weak, your wisdom when you're lost, your courage when fear grips your chest. My spirit will go before you, preparing the way. The heavens will back you, and my angels will surround you. Speak boldly, pray dangerously, love recklessly, forgive quickly. These are the marks of my people, those who reflect my glory and release my kingdom into the world. You are not just another face in the crowd. You are my ambassador, my light bearer, my warrior of compassion. And though the battles may rage, you are not powerless. The very power that raised me from the grave lives in you. Use it. Don't let the enemy bully you into silence or shame. Don't let him steal your praise or your purpose. Sing when you're broken, worship when you're weary. Declare my truth when the lies grow loud. This is how you fight your battles. In surrender, in worship, in faith. And you will win. Not because of who you are, but because of whose you are. You are mine, and no weapon formed against you will prosper. So rise, beloved. Wipe your tears, steady your heart, and walk forward in holy defiance. Heaven backs you. The earth watches in awe, and I, your eternal Father, walk with you always. Echoes through eternity. Every whispered plea, every tear-streaked cry in the dark is a spark that ignites movements in the heavenly realms. I do not overlook even a single word from your trembling lips. Your quietest prayers, spoken when no one else hears, stir my heart and move my hand. And though answers may not always come when or how you expect, they are always in motion, rippling through time, orchestrating blessings beyond your comprehension. When you feel unheard, abandoned, or forgotten, lift your eyes again. My timing is perfect. My response is never late. It is strategic, holy, and soaked in purpose. I am the God who weaves miracles in silence, who answers prayers not just for today, but for generations to come. You see a moment, I see eternity. You cry over delay while I prepare divine alignment. So do not be discouraged if what you long for seems far off. Do not let weariness harden your heart. Your persistent faith is a fragrance in my courts. Your trust, though tested, shines brighter than gold refined in fire. When others mock your devotion or belittle your hope, remember, your prayers shape destinies. Heaven moves when you speak in faith, my child. I know you've endured much. You've been betrayed, overlooked, misunderstood, even by those you trusted. You've wept over friendships that crumbled, dreams that seemed to slip through your fingers, and doors that slammed shut with deafening finality. But I want you to know, none of it was wasted. Every tear was gathered, every ache was seen, and every silence was pregnant with my presence. The enemy tried to convince you I had forgotten. He whispered lies in the stillness, hoping you'd believe your pain was purposeless. But hear me now, what the enemy used to wound you, I am transforming into a weapon of healing. The very thing that broke your heart will become the testimony that restores others. From your deepest sorrows, I will birth beauty. Yes, there will be days when the weight feels unbearable, when joy seems like a memory fading into fog, and the laughter you once knew feels foreign. But do not mistake these valleys for defeat. They are sacred ground where I draw closest. In your weakness, my power is perfected. In your pain, my compassion ignites. I do not ask you to pretend. I do not require polished masks or staged strength. I want your truth, your weariness, your trembling. Bring me your anger, your frustration, your questions. I am not fragile. I am Father, and a father longs to carry what breaks his child. Even if all you can muster is a sigh, I receive it as a song of trust. Come to me as you are. In your surrender, I will meet you, not to judge but to restore. I come not with condemnation, but with comfort. I come to cleanse the wounds others have ignored, to soothe the ache that no one else can reach. When shame tries to cover you, I robe you in dignity. When guilt tries to drown you, I lift you with mercy. Lift your head. Do not let the echoes of your past drown the song of your future. The accuser may shout your failures, but I speak louder. I call you redeemed. I call you whole. I call you mine. There is no chain my love cannot break, no history too dark for my light to transform. You are not a prisoner. You are a carrier of promise. This is not fleeting relief. It is your birthright. You are not who you were. You are not what you've done. You are who I say you are, chosen, anointed, set apart. My spirit lives in you, and where my spirit is, there is freedom. Not freedom to run aimlessly, but freedom to run boldly into your calling. So rise, not with arrogance, but with authority. Speak when fear tells you to be silent. Stand when discouragement urges you to sit. Love when hatred surrounds you. Forgive when bitterness demands a grudge. You are light in the darkness, and even the smallest flame sends shadows fleeing. There will be days when faith costs you, when people misunderstand your devotion, when storms rage louder than your prayers. Do not retreat. You are not alone. The same power that steadied Moses' hand, that lifted Joseph from the pit, that raised Christ from the grave, dwells within you. That power is your inheritance. You are part of a story that began before time and will echo into eternity. Every yes you give me writes another chapter of victory. The heavens record your faith. The angels marvel at your endurance. I delight in your obedience. So do not faint now. You are closer than ever. The dawn is breaking. The breakthrough is near. The tide is turning, and I am the one steering it in your favor. Let others chase the applause of men. You pursue my heart. Let others compromise truth for comfort. You build on the rock. Storms will come, but you will not fall, because you are rooted in me. And when the winds settle, you won't just survive. You will rise, you will soar, you will shine, because I am not done. and neither are you, while you see only fragments. I see the full painting, every stroke filled with intention, every hue touched with eternity. Do not lose heart when answers delay, or when circumstances appear to contradict the promises I've made. What you perceive as a pause is often preparation. What feels like denial may be divine refinement, molding your heart to carry the weight of the blessing yet to come. Yes, I know the days feel long. I see your weariness in the waiting, the silent questions, the restless nights, the ache of hope deferred. I hear the quiet sighs that slip through your lips when no one is watching. You wonder if I've forgotten, if the promise has expired, if you somehow missed the open door. But listen to me, beloved. I never forget. My word does not return void. My timing is precise, deliberate, drenched in eternal wisdom. When you walk through valleys shadowed by fear, I am there. When grief wraps around your chest like iron bands, I breathe peace into your lungs. When the voices of doubt grow louder than your faith, I whisper louder still. You are mine. You are held. You are destined for more. Let me speak now to that deep place in your soul where no one else has dared to enter. The place scarred by abandonment, hardened by disappointment, bruised by betrayal. I have not turned away from your pain. On the contrary, I have leaned in closer. I have wept with you, carried you through nights when your prayers were wordless groans. Not a single moment has escaped my notice. The crushing weight you felt, I have lifted it when you thought you couldn't go on. And still you're here, still breathing, still fighting. That is no accident, that is grace. Do not let bitterness take root in the soil of your suffering. Yes, the injustice was real. The betrayal cut deep. The silence of others when you cried for help was deafening. But I am the God who sees what others ignore. I balance every scale, I restore what was stolen, I vindicate the faithful, and heal the broken in my perfect time. Justice is not forgotten, mercy is not withheld. I know anger has tried to take hold, anger at those who wounded you, anger at the system, anger even at me, and I welcome that honesty. You do not need to sanitize your emotions in my presence. Bring them all, the raw, the unspoken, the fierce. I can handle your rage, just as I cradle your sorrow. I am not offended by your truth. I am moved by it. Let your tears fall in my presence. I bottle everyone, not as evidence of your weakness, but as proof of your courage to feel. The world may try to shame you for your emotions, for your sensitivity, for your open heart, but I call those things holy. I fashioned you with depth, with sensitivity, with fierce compassion, because the world needs more hearts like yours. And child, hear this clearly. You are not too much. You are not too broken. You are not too late. You are right where I need you. Even if your surroundings seem to suggest otherwise. The wilderness is not a punishment. It is a proving ground. What looks like isolation is often incubation. I am cultivating something precious within you. Resilience forged through fire, wisdom born of pain, compassion refined through trial. The things you've endured will not define you, but they will equip you. You will comfort others with the comfort you have received. You will speak with an authority that only the wounded, healed possess. Your scars will shine, not as reminders of suffering, but as marks of survival, of glory, of resurrection power alive within you. Do not envy the ones who appear unscathed, whose paths seem smooth. You do not know what lies behind their smiles, and you do not need to compare. Your story is sacred, unique, anointed, cannot be rushed, edited, or duplicated. It is unfolding exactly as I planned. Continue to trust. Keep planting seeds of prayer even when the soil looks barren. Keep speaking life when all you see is death. Keep showing up with hope when others retreat in despair. That is the mark of divine courage. That is the kind of faith that shakes kingdoms. And let this be your anchor. I have not changed. My promises are not subject to the chaos around you. I am still the God who parts seas, who breaks chains, who feeds the multitudes with what seems insufficient. I take the little you offer, the mustard seed of faith, the whisper of worship, the tear-stained prayer, and I multiply it beyond what you could dream. So walk boldly, not because life is easy, but because you are never alone. The God who commands galaxies walks beside you. The one who conquered death now resides within you. Lift your head, straighten your shoulders. Take the next step, not in fear, but in faith. For I am with you still, and I am not done writing your story. And so, with every breath you take, know that I am closer than your very heartbeat. In the silence between your thoughts, I am speaking, whispering reminders of who you truly are. You were never meant to wander through life aimlessly, or carry burdens alone. Each moment you have endured, every silent cry and hidden scar, I have seen and counted as precious. Nothing escapes my notice, not the tears on your pillow, nor the hope you hide behind your smile. I collect every sorrow and turn them into seeds of strength. Do not think for a moment that I have forgotten the promises I made to you. Though the waiting may stretch long and the nights seem endless, my word does not return void. What I have spoken over your life is sealed in eternity. Delay does not mean denial. It means I am perfecting what concerns you. While you see only fragments, I see the whole tapestry, woven with threads of divine timing and sacred design. My child, do not allow comparison to cloud your vision. What I am doing in your life is not meant to mirror anyone else's. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. The pace of others is not the measure of your purpose. You bloom in your own season, and when that moment comes, nothing will be able to contain the blessing I've prepared for you. Hold fast, trust deeply. I am still the God of suddenly, and when I move, it will be swift and undeniable. When shame tries to return and wrap itself around you like a cloak, remember, I have removed it from you. As far as the east is from the west, you are clothed in righteousness, not because of your perfection, but because of my mercy. Walk boldly in that truth. Let go of guilt that has long overstayed its welcome. You are forgiven. You are restored. You are mine. Let the fire of your faith rise again. Even if the flame has dwindled to embers, I can breathe life into it. A single spark of trust is all I need to ignite a wildfire of transformation in your life. Lift your eyes, beloved. The dawn is breaking. What felt like the end is merely the beginning of something glorious. You are not too old, too broken, too late, or too far gone. I specialize in impossible things. I bring life to barren places and hope to shattered dreams. I speak light into darkness and peace into chaos. Watch how I turn what was meant for harm into a testimony of triumph. Every detour, every closed door, every painful ending was preparation, not punishment. So rise, not with fear, but with fierce expectation. Heaven is on your side. Angels are assigned to your journey. Miracles are already in motion. The time for doubting has passed. The time for shrinking has ended. Now is the moment to walk in the fullness of who I've called you to be. Trust me with your whole heart. You are not just surviving, you are stepping into sacred victory. And through it all, my love remains constant, unchanging, unfailing, eternal. I am not finished with you. The best chapters of your story are still unfolding. Keep walking, keep believing. I am right here still writing. Amen.